Sorry we're late, folks. We're watching the Penalty Fest in London. Welcome, everybody, to Week 5 Fantasy Football today. Early morning, it's almost after late morning show here. Adam, Chris, and Heath. No Frank today. He's not in London. He's in Poland.
He's in Poland.
Yeah. So, same continent, I think. We are answering. Yeah, I know. We're answering your questions here. Send us your starter sit questions. We're going to wait for a lot of people to come in here. We got 223 people. We're going to get a lot more than that. So we'll do intros.
We have to talk about the elephant in the room.
Yeah. Get it out of the way.
I didn't say anything. All right.
Get it out of the way.
Look, this has been Mario Cristobal going it's just like he's a great recruiter. He's a good guy to be the head of your football program. But he's like too obsessed with we're gonna tough guy our way through this and we're gonna win and it's like, just kneel, man.
I don't know what it was. I think their running back had 99 yards and they wanted to get him to 100.
I heard no, he just doesn't kneel at the end of games.
He's an idiot, an absolute idiot, buffoonery.
He did the same thing. I heard
in Oregon
in the past. Yeah,
sort of. It wasn't exactly the same thing. It was one of those, he could have kneeled to punt the ball and give it back to a team with less than 10 seconds left. This was, he kneels, the game is over. And they fumble. And they didn't fumble, by the way. He was down, but whatever. They fumble, and then they give
I believe he fumbled.
No,
officially.
But
Georgia Tech got the ball back and then went 76 yards in 4 plays.
Thank you. Get it out of the way.
So they wouldn't have gotten the ball back if he hadn't fumbled.
That's all we need.
He did fumble.
Can we believe Towers? No.
Georgia Tech?
But no.
See,
yeah.
that was the weird thing, though, because, I figured they'd lose to, NC State or something. That's what they usually do.
They will. They'll lose to a lot of teams, okay? You'll get your wish.
The U truly is back.
Yeah, no, I saw something about Georgia Tech.
Chris just waits for Miami to lose so he can send that tweet. Let's read some.
No, I remembered why Georgia Tech was stuck in my mind. I couldn't figure out why. And then I remembered because, I'm kind of a Conference USA football guy. No. I remembered that Bowling Green beat Georgia Tech by 11 last week. And it was a really big deal.
Yeah. So Calvin Ridley being evaluated for concussion right now. A lot of injuries in this Buffalo game. And we welcome you, and we're here to answer your questions. So let's start with this one. Jerry Jeudy or Christian Watson?
Christian Watson. I'm willing to roll him out there.
No. Jerry Jeudy.
Okay. We've got, you know what? Before we do the questions, let's do the headlines here. Jonathan Taylor is active. I'm going to be looking at my phone right now just to get all the inactives. I'm paying attention. But Jonathan Taylor is active. Where are you guys ranking Jonathan Taylor?
I believe he's RB 18 for me. 19. So I do have between him and Cooper Kupp, I'm more confident in Cooper Kupp, but Taylor's healthy. There shouldn't be any kind of limitations or restrictions. It's just he's practiced 3 times with this offense.
Yeah.
That's the biggest concern is we just don't know how fully integrated he is. But as a general rule, I'm starting him. I'm starting him over Isaiah Pacheco, Alexander Madison, Rhamondre Stevenson, Damian Pierce, Najee Harris. If I have Aaron Jones, I think I would have to start Jonathan Taylor over him with the Monday night start. I think he's a pretty good start. Yeah.
It is an absolute, maybe not just at running back, but maybe the worst matchup in fantasy. It's an absolutely terrible matchup against the Titans. They've been spectacular against running backs and terrible against the pass for more than just this year. One team has a running back touchdown against them. I don't think any running back has more than 60 yards against them on the ground. It's bad.
All right. So where do you have him ranked, Heath? Jonathan
23,
Taylor?
24, 25, somewhere in that range. I was around 30, but there have been guys I don't think you could start any of the Broncos over him.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have to make that decision now, I think you have to go with Jonathan Taylor.
Right. The Aaron Jones one's the one I struggle with him so much because I do think in that matchup, his upside is the best running back in fantasy this week.
Oh yeah. He'd be a top 12 guy if I knew he was playing.
Yeah. It's a tough one for sure. So I don't know if you can pick up AJ Dillon or something that might because he's so bad.
I don't ever look at the matchups and the other team's roster and make my decisions based on that. But this might be one of those times where Like if I think I need Aaron Jones type upside, I'm probably just going to play him and risk it. And
Well,
I think I can win with a bench guy. I'm fine with it.
I really love there's one league Heath and I are in where I had Nick Chubb, Joe Burrow, Nick Chubb, Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and DK Metcalf. So I am starting Matt Breida, Damian Harris, Michael Wilson, Alan Lazard, Rondale Moore.
You know what, Chris? I'm starting Latavius Murray in a league, so we both picked. We'll see which backup running back on the Bills that we.
Everything is disgusting.
All right,
I have so many teams in bad shape right now.
McLaughlin or Sanders PPR, and I guess the Javonte thing hovers over this, and of course the 4:00 game, so it's tough. McLaughlin or Sanders?
It's got to be Sanders.
Yeah, I actually feel pretty good about Sanders. I know I'm probably the only person left who feels that way, but I think the workload last week being split was mostly because Sanders wasn't healthy, but he got a full practice in on Friday. That's the opposite of last week. Last week he was limited, didn't practice. This week it did not practice, limited, full. So I still like, what is it? 23 targets in 4 games. It's the workload's been really good.
Right.
Lions run defense is statistically the best in the NFL.
Been very good. Yeah.
But yeah, I think you got to start him over McLaughlin because again, we don't know about.
Even if Williams was out, it'd be close for me.
I think Sanders versus Taylor is really tough.
Yes, I have Sanders one spot ahead of Taylor.
Khalif Raymond or Cortland Sutton?
What?
Cortland Sutton.
Look, if people are wondering about this Lions passing game here, if that were Josh Reynolds or Cortland Sutton, I would probably go Reynolds.
Yeah, I guess I'm a lot higher on Sutton than anybody else. He's a must-start wide receiver for me. I wouldn't.
Interesting the way that we've been talking about this Jets-Broncos game this week. It doesn't seem like this Dave, Jamie, Heath. I don't want to speak for all of them. It doesn't seem that you guys are really downgrading the Broncos against the Jets. It's like I'm not feeling that fear of the Jets defense. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
Okay.
I think
Tyler,
it's a good defense.
Yeah, I mean, look, it could make Patrick Mahomes look really bad some weeks, right? I mean, make Josh Allen look really bad.
I'm still not really buying Russell Wilson being back. I know we're kind of leaning that way for a lot of people, but I don't know. There's been a lot of garbage time in or like the Washington game.
Or the Bears.
Technically not garbage time, but like 7 of those or 8 of those points, 9 of those points, what's the math work out there, was just a Hail Mary fluke.
How many weeks is Russell Wilson have to be like QB8 for the season before we add, like, is it week 6 we stop making the adjustment for one play? Because I have not heard that adjustment be made for anyone else.
It's just pointing that out.
I'm not criticizing you in this moment.
He's the only guy who has a 50-yard Hail Mary. I think it's reasonable.
Is referenced every time that Russell Wilson's name is spoken.
Like,
by me, are you criticizing me?
No, everyone, Jamie, everybody. I'm not saying it's one person's fault. I'm not even saying it was wrong to do it after 2 weeks or 3 weeks. I'm saying how many weeks of him being QB1 does it get discounted because of that play?
So I would say if he plays well against the Jets, I'll buy in a little bit more because it's just I don't want to necessarily buy into a guy after the Bears game. Yeah. And I really don't think the Broncos have been anything special offensively. They have no running game, which maybe helps him. But I don't know. I know this is a minority. I'm starting Brock Purdy over Wilson today. So I know like you guys like Wilson, but that's okay. All right, listen. Sorry guys. Let's answer what the people were asking here. Conklin or Pitts?
I agree with the answer.
I'm going with Pitts. It is sad, but yes.
Pitts. Okay.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Madison or Sanders?
I'm going Sanders.
Madison.
All right. Are we playing Olave today? Warm-ups Gary. What do we have? Weather?
Wait,
he was working with the trainer in warm-ups and did look like he was favoring his right leg. He is active, and somebody else said he was moving fine later in warm-ups, so maybe not a concern.
Yeah,
but
he wasn't
that's not
on
the
the injury
only
report.
Not the only reason you would consider sitting him. He's facing the Patriots, who generally try to take away a team's number 1 wide receiver, and his quarterback, the last time we saw him, could not throw the ball more than 5 yards. So, like, there's good reason to question it. I think he's a low end number 2.
Yeah. Derek Carr was 4 for 16 on passes more than 5 yards down the field last week, which is just stunning. But
and that doesn't even do justice to how bad he was.
yeah. Olave was 4th in the NFL in air yards last week. And from everything that I've read, Carr's injury should be one that, he can recover from fairly quickly, like should get back to full strength fairly quickly. So hopefully, I don't know. There's too many quarterbacks playing through injuries that they probably shouldn't be right now. Kenny Pickett shouldn't be playing this week. Derek Carr shouldn't have been playing last week. It's kind of frustrating.
So Olave or Jonathan Taylor or Cooper Kupp? How would you rank those 3 guys?
Olave, Kupp, Taylor.
Kupp, Olave, Taylor.
Tank Dell or Christian Watson, PPR?
Watson.
Tank Dell for sure.
A few
Tank Dell for sure. We all agree.
What did I say?
No.
He said Watson, and I said Tank Dell for sure.
Oh, okay.
I had to add a little emphasis because we need a tiebreaker.
Okay, that's fair. I would go with Tank Dell.
The tiebreaker is Heath.
No, it's for sure.
St. Brown, Gibbs, Barkley are all inactive today. Pat Freiermuth is inactive. If you have a chance to pick up the Ravens defense, they are getting healthier. Marlon Humphrey and Marcus Williams, 2 defensive backs for them, are healthy. Ronnie Stanley, their left tackle, is back, and Odell Beckham is back today. I didn't see if Bateman is active. Did you guys see if Bateman is active? I don't know if it matters.
No.
It doesn't matter. The Saints defense getting a little bit healthier. Let's see. For the Texans, Laremy Tunsil and Titus Howard, they're both active. Denzel Perryman is active today. If you're in an IDP league, he's a starting linebacker. The Texans getting healthy at the right time. I think I picked them against the spread. I think they're 1.5 point dogs or something like that. Sanders or Matt Breida?
Oh, Sanders,
but that's close for me.
Not close at all, Heath.
I agreed with you. We didn't need a tiebreaker.
Madison or Stevenson?
Oof, I don't like either of them very much. I do have Madison 1 spot higher.
I also agree with Chris in not liking either of them very much. And I'm not, I think I would, let's just say Madison. Yeah, he's 1 spot higher.
The problem with Madison is like, he might be like a missed block away from just not mattering anymore.
Yep.
I think we're going to forget to talk about Debo unless he comes up, but there was a report from Ed Werder that Debo is still not 100%. I don't know. I saw that. It made me a little skittish, but I was probably a little skittish going in, I guess, but like a slightly bit more. Heath, how are you ranking Debo?
I've got him around wide receiver 24. Might drop him just a little bit on that news, but he's in the 24 to 30 range at wide receiver.
Okay. Well, here we go. Debo, Reynolds, or Watson?
Yeah, I'm still going with Debo here.
Me too.
Taylor or Flowers?
Taylor.
Aaron Jones or Raheem Mostert?
You got to go with Mostert.
For sure.
Christian Watson or DeAndre Hopkins?
I'm going with Hopkins.
Yep. I think this is maybe a little get right spot for him.
He was so close to a huge game last week. Like
we're seeing, I'm sorry.
Off the fingertips.
On that flea flicker?
Yeah.
We're seeing a lot of Watson questions, and I get it. I think we're also seeing that, oh, man.
I'm pretty much in on Watson.
Injury. I'm kind of like I want him to have a big game on my bench because I don't necessarily want to start him this week. I'll let you talk about that, Chris. Christian Watson, like to see him do something first, but obviously, if you have him on your team, you want him to do well. You want this the start of something, but I don't know. I'm not there yet. But another Zay Jones limping off, but another Bills defensive injury. I mean, the Bills defense at this point, they may not even be good.
No,
I mean, I don't know how. I'm not just talking about today, but if Milano's out for a while, which looks like it's going to be, obviously Tre'Davious White out for the year. Teron Johnson, another defensive back, holding his knee right now. This might not be that tough of a matchup. Why are you confident in Christian Watson, Chris?
I wouldn't say I'm confident, but like I'm basically where I was at the start of the season now. Like I think he's going to play a full role this week. I think they were just getting him a little his feet wet last week. And I'm viewing him the way I did coming in, which is not as a surefire superstar, but a guy with significant weekly upside who I going to rank in the wide receiver 2 to 3 range. He's 22 for me this week, which I assume is much higher than for anyone else, but it's just, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, especially against a very bad defense.
What's changed for me, and I think that's probably, like, I don't know that there's any reason to have changed any of your feelings about Christian Watson. What has changed for me is Romeo Dobbs' relation or connection with Jordan Love, which is something we heard about in the offseason and something we saw last preseason, and then something that's double-digit targets each of the last 2 weeks. And then Luke Musgrave being more involved early on than I expected. And maybe both of those things, maybe one of those things are because Watson wasn't there. But I also think when Aaron Jones is playing, he's going to be a significant part of that passing game. I'm just not sure anybody is going to be able to be a top 25 wide receiver. And I think right now, I definitely right now would rather start Dobbs than Watson.
Okay. McLaughlin or Warren?
Warren.
I'm okay with going with McLaughlin just because even if Williams does play, I'm not sure there's that big of a difference between him and Warren.
Here's the one. Give me a break, loser. Sanders, Boyd, or Reynolds in PPR?
Sanders. Reynolds, so we should talk about Reynolds because he had there were 3 games last year where Amon-Ra St. Brown either didn't play or basically didn't play. He played 32% of the snaps in one, I think had 1 target. He played 17 snaps in the other, or 17% of the snaps. Reynolds had 2 really good games. Well, one really, really good game, one with 15 PPR points, and then another one where I think he had 1 catch. And so I think that kind of sums it up for Josh Reynolds. He's got big upside, and I think the chances of hitting that on that upside are bigger with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I also genuinely don't know if Amon-Ra St. Brown being out really changes how you should look at Josh Reynolds all that much. I think he goes from a boomer bust wide receiver 4 to a boomer bust wide receiver 3 on the cusp of a wide receiver 4. It doesn't really change my outlook for him all that much.
I do think when I updated the projections without Amon-Ra on Friday, Reynolds moved into that range, Chris. But then when Gibbs is also out,
see, I don't know how much that matters for like Reynolds specifically because he's a downfield guy.
I don't think they're going to throw the ball to Montgomery and Craig Reynolds as much as they have Gibbs. And I don't think there is a wide receiver who can really do the things that Amon-Ra does. And so I just like those targets have to go somewhere. And I'm not going to give them to Jamison Williams. I gave a bunch to Sam Laporta.
I think it's it's at least possible that those targets don't go anywhere.
I think it's possible
that just go to run
boy, the Panthers' run defense has been horrible. This could be a blowout, but
I think it will be a blowout. But
yeah, you think Josh Reynolds will contribute?
I would think he has something to do with it.
Reynolds. He's been good enough. He's been good enough to start. So I'm starting him in 3 receiver leagues. I'd like to not start him in a 2 receiver league. Madison or McLaughlin?
I would feel pretty bad about my team if I was starting him in a 2 wide receiver league. Having said that, there are some 2 wide receiver and 3 wide receiver leagues where I would feel much better if I had Josh Reynolds.
It's bye week. Bye week.
Yeah, Madison over McLaughlin.
Yeah. All right, here's a good Josh Reynolds one. I am going to go with Josh Reynolds here. I think I'm going to be the only one.
Yeah, yes, I'm going Sanders.
So Sanders might have more targets than Josh Reynolds.
It's closer in half and non-PPR. That's actually one where I do think the wide receiver I probably feel better in a non-PPR format.
I'm afraid of this Lions matchup. I mean, even Bijan Robinson was terrible against the Lions. All right, Stafford or Garoppolo? Ooh, I made that decision this morning. He's not going to like what I did.
I can fix it.
No, not in our league. In a different league.
We don't have them. I wish we had them. We have Daniel Jones.
No kidding. Stafford. Yeah, Teron Johnson back in the game for the Bills. Stafford for me. Stafford for Chris, and Garoppolo for Heath. Did we do this one? Madison or Taylor?
Madison by a little for me.
Madison. No, Taylor for me.
It's funny to look at the stats in this game, and it's like a little underwhelming, but I think it's because the game has taken so long. There's still a full quarter. There's still 17 minutes of football.
It might
left.
not be over before the 1 o'clock game
I
starts.
know this game is like endless game.
We had a pitch clock
Let's
here.
see. Jaleel McLaughlin or Damian Pierce, or hold out hope for Jones.
I would just go with Pierce.
I think if those are my two choices, I'm gonna risk it.
With Jones?
No
Yep.
risk it, no biscuit.
I mean, there's a chance that both Pierce or Jaleel McLaughlin could score like 4 points.
Yeah.
And so their ceiling or their floor is only like 4 points higher than Aaron Jones's is.
What is it about Aaron Jones? Because what is it that's different this week than last week? Because he was limited in practice. He barely played last week.
He played on Thursday. So we knew that he was active.
Okay, but is there a difference?
Why
So
am
my
I more excited
expectations
about
if
him?
Did he have a setback?
I was surprised that he was as limited as he was this week, given the long layoff and the fact that we're not going back to week 1 when he suffered this injury. I kind of hoped he would be past it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the difference in terms of outlook is the difference between facing the Lions and facing the Raiders.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, he played last week.
Yeah.
So why is it that we're questioning Jones?
It's just that it's Monday.
And he has not he did not do a whole lot of practice on Saturday. Like there were tweets about how he was mostly just stretching.
Okay. Richardson or Goff? PPR.
Richardson.
Yes.
Josh Reynolds or Romeo Doubs?
I'll go Dobbs.
I'm going to go Dobbs.
Actually,
I just updated the projections and Reynolds was 1 spot higher, but I'm going to keep Dobbs higher in the rankings.
I do have
it's a
Reynolds
flip a coin. Flip a coin.
Yeah, it's very close.
All right, we got a deep league here. Reed, Barrios, or Khalif Raymond?
Raymond.
I would go with Reed.
Raymond. Oh, all right, Calvin Ridley, looking good. Yes, I agree, Steve. The Oreo cookie crackers are better than the cream. Gus Edwards.
Calvin Ridley's back in the game. That's good. I can't. Just we have things we have to accomplish on this show. I just can't. I can't indulge.
Let's get a poll up. We haven't done this in a year. Go ahead, Schaefer. What's the better part? I mean, the thing is, even if you think the cream is better, the cookie part is more important.
No.
If you just eat the cream, then you'll get like a terrible tummy ache.
But you wouldn't just buy Oreos Oops No Cream. Like that's not a thing that you would do. No, you wouldn't.
They have a 100-calorie pack of them that are delicious. They have the Oreo.
But that still has the cream.
No, it doesn't.
They just sell.
Yeah, it's just like a wafer.
That's weird.
No, it's good. It's a cookie. I mean, it's not great.
Bizarre
it's not better
behavior.
than cream, but it's
What
better.
are we doing here?
I'm just eating the cream.
What are you doing here? Like you're just leaning into an intentionally bad take.
Craig Reynolds.
Craig Reynolds.
Imagine just eating cream. How sick you would get.
Imagine. I mean, this is the decision making you're exhibiting is not that much different than the Miami Hurricanes coach.
Oh, please. Joe Burrow or Zach Wilson?
Zach Wilson.
So confident. Look at that face.
I have
like,
Burrow ranked higher.
Ew.
I will just say, like, it is possible that the Broncos are just like a world historically bad defense and will remain so. I would also just not to say that you should think the Broncos aren't a bad defense, but I think we should have a little less certainty that like the Jets are going to put up a bunch of like we're really confident collectively this week that the Jets are going to put up points.
Counterpoint.
And like it's possible, but we see it all the time where a team that we think is a terrible, terrible defense will go up against a bad offense, and that bad offense will continue to be bad.
Counterpoint.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson is currently a better quarterback than Joe Burrow.
No.
I think you might be.
Joe Burrow has also had 2 good drives this year.
Actually, the Broncos defense is not going to be good, but they are getting healthier just in time for this Jets matchup.
Did you see the comment in the chat? You never answered the question. You just talked about the cookie. Like we literally didn't answer the guy's question. You just talked about the dumb cookie thing. The answer was Gus Edwards. I'm sorry.
Cupper, Debo, Mostert, Pacheco, Raymond, or Dylan?
Cup. And Mostert for me.
And Raymond.
Sure.
If Devontae's out, I don't think he'll be out. Would you go to Jaden Reed or Renfro?
Reed.
Yeah.
He better not be out.
No, I'd go Renfro.
Tank Dell or Tyler Boyd?
Tank.
Yeah.
By the way, Zay Jones left with a knee injury. A lot of injuries in this game. Who are we starting here? Singletary or Justice Hill?
Sorry. Singletary.
Oh.
No,
I
Justice Hill.
guess.
Justice Hill.
I don't know.
Hill was active.
Chris, say Justice Hill so I can say Justice for All.
Justice Hill, sure.
Justice for All. LOL. How about Achan or Kyron?
Achan.
Whew. I think I'm going with Kyron.
How about Breece Hall or Kyron?
Kyron. Yeah. That Breece Hall quote from Robert Saleh, like the headline was he's not on a pitch count, but everything else was still like, yeah, but we're going to get other guys involved. We got a lot of guys who need, and so it wasn't quite as optimistic. It didn't make me feel quite as optimistic as I had hoped when I just saw the headline level.
But if you were going to combine a running back and a defense that you said you had to start on 12 carries, Breece Hall and the Broncos would probably be that combination.
Yeah, I have him ranked as a top 20 running back. Yeah.
Dave Richard or Breece Hall?
Dave Richard, 100%.
Breece Hall.
I agree.
Breece Hall. You kidding me?
I surprised Dave.
You know what? I know that I've wrapped up, but we could just try one more. See if I could get to 100 before
100 what?
Too soon? All right. I'll just take a knee.
Oh, very good. Very good. I mean, honestly, I was like annoyed last night by it, or I don't even know. I am consumed by it today.
Yeah.
It is the worst. It is the worst coaching decision that I can remember. I mean, it's the worst. I don't understand it for 1 second. It's pathetic. Is that another fumble?
Yes.
Good grief. Talk about pathetic. I mean, it's like Trevor Lawrence is flirting with a really good game, and he just 2 fumbles like deep in their territory. Damn it. I cannot take this anymore. I cannot take this Trevor Lawrence crap anymore. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, Dave. It's unbelievable. This team sucks. I mean, every time they have something good going for them, they shoot themselves in the foot. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. Oh, my God.
I needed that laugh so badly.
That was about more than
What
Trevor.
else are you mad about?
Oh, man. I don't know. My garage broke 4 days into living in this new house. The garage broke. I don't know.
Tell us all about the garage, and let's
garage
see if you're
door?
as mad about the garage as you are.
Yeah, the garage door.
Okay.
You're not supposed to get that mad over football.
Trevor Lawrence every
fantasy football.
freaking week with this crap. I mean,
you can
come
be
on.
that mad over the decisions of a college football coach.
Pathetic. All right, what do we need to flex here? Warren, Breida, or Dell?
I'm flexing Dell.
Yeah, I'm going with Dell.
He's got the most upside.
Dude,
Yeah.
No one gets that.
etc. I mean, yeah, it's pretty old by now.
Yeah, I know. We need to think of a more relevant Dell. I don't know. I got
Hit the like button, everybody. Do us a favor and vote in that poll. And vote
and
for-
maybe Adam will get mad if you don't do it, though.
This poll just reminds me of one time my buddy dropped maybe the worst take I've ever heard, which is, and he's got some like Azer take energy to him. He said that the crust is the best part of the pizza.
Depends on the pizza.
It's just
terrible.
the crust is the only part of the pizza that has both the dough from the crust and also not the cheese and sauce and meat and toppings. So how could it be the best part of the pizza?
Is that
It
your
really
same friend who drinks whole milk with ice cream?
Different friend.
Okay. Waller or Higbee?
Waller.
We're
We're gonna keep punching ourselves in the face with this.
I'm finally gonna put Higbee ahead of Waller.
Swift or Mixon?
Swift.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going
By the way,
Mixon.
where's Frank?
He's in Poland.
Poland.
Oh wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to infringe on his gimmick. Has anybody used the?
Correct.
No,
No,
we've been
No one's
keeping
done
it.
that.
We've been keeping
I
it
don't.
dry.
I will not do that. Let's let him have his gimmick.
Dobbs or Reynolds, Warren or Gus?
I'll go Reynolds over Dobbs, and I will go Gus over Warren.
I will take, if it's PPR, it's Warren over Gus for me. Dobbs over Reynolds either way.
Nico Collins or DeAndre Hopkins?
Whew. I have Hopkins a little bit ahead.
I like them both. I've got Collins a little bit ahead of Hopkins.
Sorry, I do have Collins ahead.
Aha!
Let's reset a little bit here. It's 12:03, and this is one of the topics. That's not the one. Where is it? I was doing a nice reset there. One of the topics, it was Cooper Kupp. So I'll get Dave's thoughts on Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor, two top-tier players who are returning to action this week, which is very exciting. We want you to hit that like button. If you want to hear Dave's thoughts on Kupp and Taylor, we need to get to 400 likes. We are currently at 273. There are how many people watching? 1370 right now. So there is no reason why we cannot get to 400 likes. So let's get there, and we'll hear where Dave and Chris have Kupp and Jonathan Taylor ranked. Meanwhile, what is the best part of the Oreo? The cream, 58%, the cookie, 42%. Look, I think the cookie's the best part, but I think more so than that, the cookie's the most important part. It's kind of my argument here. It's like, you can't, even if you like the bologna in a bologna sandwich, isn't the bread no, that's not a good comparison.
Terrible comparison.
You can't just eat cream. That's my point. You wouldn't like it.
With the bologna sandwich
to balance it out. Let's see, we got 338 likes, so let's keep it coming here. Let's get to 400. We're live up until kickoff. Jamie will join us later. And I'm seeing some questions come in, but I want to hear about Cooper Kupp and Jonathan Taylor. All right, you know what? I'll let the listeners, the viewers off the hook. We're at 350. Let's keep hitting that like button, though. Dave, where do you have them ranked?
I've got Cooper Kupp as a top 10 fantasy wide receiver. There don't seem to be any issues with snap count, workload. This is a Rams offense that wants to throw the ball all over the place. They have been doing that, and we know that he's got good rapport with Mr. Matthew Stafford. I think he's going to impact Puka Nacua quite a bit. Same thing with Tutu Atwell. And I'm really buying into Cooper Kupp. Immediate must start right away. We've already heard from the Colts that they want to have a snap count on Jonathan Taylor. Shane Steichen said that they would rotate him in. I would imagine that he would play in the neighborhood of 40% of the snaps. That doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to get 40% of the touches, but this is a guy that we're used to getting 15 plus touches a week, rain or shine from. He's an okay start. He's just not a great start. If you're good at running back and you've been stashing Jonathan Taylor, I think you should wait one more week.
What an interception
Yeah.
that was. Holy cow. And the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence get the ball back. Okay, Trevor, let's get a first down. And then
Time for another fumble.
McLaughlin or Breida?
And you got to decide now. We don't know if Javonte Williams is going to play. If Javonte plays, I think that would hurt McLaughlin. I think you got to play it safe and go Breida, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I'd go Breida. Actually, you know what? Breida's done so little. I think McLaughlin can be what Breida is even when Barkley's out. So I'll go with McLaughlin.
Okay. Giants are going to have the ball for about 5 minutes today. Dinesh has a non-PPR question. A running back flex.
You're sitting Sanders.
I'm sitting Stevenson.
You like Sanders better than Stevenson?
I like Sanders better than Stevenson.
He likes Sanders better than Stevenson.
Yeah.
Okay, I need help, Dave. Pick two, Pollard or Hall or Achane.
You're going to sit Breece Hall.
I'm sitting Hall as well.
There's just so much upside with the other two.
Is Michael Thomas droppable for Michael Wilson? And in non-PPR, start Watson, Pickens, or Michael Thomas? Ooh,
First of all, thank you for the compliment. I always like it when there's compliments in our YouTube chat questions. I know that Adam likes to answer those questions, everybody. Yes, I think if these are guys that are on your bench and you're looking for someone who can evolve into a good number 3 receiver, I think Wilson's your guy.
Yeah. Michael Thomas in non-PPR is not a very appealing thing.
Yeah, it's bad. Watson is my pick of Watson, Pickens, and now Wilson is going to be on your team instead of Michael Thomas.
Tua or Richardson need upside.
They both got it.
I'm going Tua. Yeah.
Taylor, Warren, or McLaughlin?
Taylor.
Correct. Oh, damn it. Just
Feel
said
it
I
or
was going to do it,
Hollywood?
then I did it.
Whew. Do I have Hollywood or Thielen? I have Thielen ranked a little bit higher.
I do as well. Back-to-back Jack in my rankings.
Dave, say 4 names right now. 4
Chris,
guys.
Adam, Jamie, Heath.
No, like names of audience members.
Names of audience members?
Yeah, like look at the chat and
Okay.
Yeah.
Wesley, Tyler, Howard, Atarsh.
okay. If all 4 of you hit the like button, we'll get to 400. So let's do that, and then we can go from there. Tutu Atwell, Michael Wilson, or Miles Sanders?
Wilson.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I'll go Sanders too. Half PPR start to Olave, Puka, or Collins.
I'm sitting Collins.
I'll sit Nakua.
Man, in the projections process, both Puka and Cooper Kupp came out as top 5 wide receivers this week. I don't rank them that way, but the volume there is so good. And I think Stafford's looked awesome.
I think
I'm very
everyone
excited.
is assuming that Tutu Atwell is getting nothing or very little.
He's getting
I
the
don't
old
know.
chafteroo.
I don't know. I mean, it could be Higbee. I think it's going to be Kyron Williams. I think the Kyron Williams targets are disappearing. Not disappearing,
that's the
but
last
they've been
guy.
so. No, I mean, I will see, because this is not a guy who Stafford has not been throwing to running back. The Rams haven't thrown to their running backs basically since Todd Gurley days. So you get Cooper Kupp back. Nakua's been playing so well. I like what Atwell's doing. I think, there's a lot to like there. So, and then you got Higbee. But all right, well, I'm very interested to see how it plays out. And I do think Stafford is a sleeper this week. Chris, I feel like you agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I mean, I've been too high on Stafford pretty much every week, but it really has just been that Kyron Williams somehow has 5 rushing touchdowns and Matthew Stafford has done like nothing near the goal line. But I don't know how predictable that is. I think having Cooper Kupp back is going to make Stafford a pretty solid bet. I think he's like, I want to say he's like plus 110 for multiple touchdowns today. I'll take that.
Okay. Dave could beat Chuck Norris in a roundhouse kick fight.
Definitely.
Who do I start? Gus Edwards, Rashee Rice, or Wan'Dale Robinson?
I've got longer legs. I will start. I'm tempted to start Rice. Did you hear what Tom Spencer said on our show on HQ this morning?
Oh, no. What did he say?
He said that Rashee Rice. Well, the first thing he said is we didn't hear much about Sky Moore in our meetings with the Chiefs.
Well, we haven't heard much about Sky Moore.
Yeah, that's
since fantasy draft season.
That's somebody I'm thinking about dropping going into the 1:00 games. He said that Rice is the one that's starting to develop rapport and trust with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, great stash. I don't think I want
really
to
good stash. And even in college, man, he just had this nose for the end zone.
This year he has a nose for the 1 yard line. Ayuk, Garrett Wilson, or Zay Flowers?
Ayuk and G-Dub.
Sitting Flowers.
Yep.
This is what I'm talking about with the Jaguars. They're already one of the worst third down teams. Now they commit a false start on 3rd and 1. They're just undisciplined. Tank Dell or Josh Reynolds?
I've got Dell higher, especially in a half PPR.
Jonathan Taylor or Jordan Addison?
Half point PPR, I'll take Addison.
I will go with Jonathan Taylor.
Oh my gosh.
Reynolds, Addison, or Wan'Dale?
Addison.
Same.
Pierce. 2 spot. We got flags on the play here. 2 spots here. Jameson, Taylor,
Sid
and
Jameson
Pierce.
Williams.
Yeah, Sid Jameson.
Okay. Let's see. We need to drop one in PPR. Dotson. Can you still drop him? Gainwell and Warren.
If you can still drop Dotson, that's the one to drop. If you cannot, then full PPR. Oh man. Do I tell him to drop my baby boy, Jalen Warren?
Honestly, I'd drop Gainwell. I think he's a fine fill-in, but even if DeAndre Swift gets hurt, I don't think Kenneth Gainwell's suddenly going to be like a must-start guy. I don't think he's all that good.
Right. He'll be serviceable. He
Right. I think he'll get what's there if he gets 15 carries.
Right. But you're saying he won't be DeAndre Swift, and that I agree with.
Yeah, he won't be like a must-start guy even if Swift gets hurt.
Let's see how we're doing on likes. 461 likes. How about our next goal is 600 likes? So let's get to 500 at the very least. And I'll tell you what I ate for breakfast today before we get to 500 likes. I had an oatmeal cookie, but it was a homemade. Dave, you're gonna hate this. It was oatmeal with banana and blueberries, and that's it. That's all the ingredients. And then you bake it, and it's delicious.
Oh, that actually sounds good.
Did you try the Greek yogurt yet?
Definitely not. But I got more frozen yogurt.
Oh, I got
half French vanilla, half Devil's Food Cake. It is fat free, or at least they have a little star on the machine that someone wrote fat free on.
Okay, let's see if we have our likes.
Yogurt Emporium, Boca Raton. Thank you very much.
I heard that the yogurt places aren't doing so well down there. That the frozen yogurt places, like people are.
I can't get to them all, Adam. I can't.
It's a fad. It's a fad. All right, we're up to 497. That's good enough for me. So let's get back to the questions here. Reynolds or Rashee Rice?
Reynolds.
All right. Breida, Miles Sanders, or McLaughlin? Half PPR.
I'd lean. I like
Sanders.
what you said about. Okay, so first of all, I don't like Sanders, and I like what you said, Chris, about Breida versus McLaughlin. Like McLaughlin, just even though he might not play as much as Breida, he's got a little bit more upside. Maybe I'm paraphrasing what you said. I will take McLaughlin from those three for Chase.
Would you drop Sky Moore for Spears or Charbonnet?
With the understanding that we're stashing with one of these running backs, here's what I would do. Chris, tell me if you agree. I would drop Moore for Tyjae Spears. And if this game passes and he doesn't really do much of anything, I will drop him off waivers this coming week and pick up Charbonnet.
I think that's fine.
That's a great call. Hall, Gallup, or Watson?
Hall versus Watson is going to be close for me.
It's going to be close for me too. Who can find him in the?
I'll go Hall first.
I've got Hall higher.
People named Adam are always good looking. I've heard that before. Start 2, PPR, Collins, Myers, Flowers. And then Chris, Twins or Astros? Oh, come on. Anyone can answer that.
Twins easily. Pablo Lopez is one of my favorite players in baseball. I'm very excited for him.
He is very good.
Collins. Oh, start 2. Collins and Flowers.
I'm going Myers.
I will take Myers with Collins.
Oh, actually, yeah. I have Myers ranked higher.
Yeah.
Dave definitely.
I do like Zay.
Dave definitely had Pablo Lopez on his fantasy team, or else he never would have been like, he's very good.
He crushes the White Sox every single time he plays against
He
them.
just seems to me be the most genuinely well-liked player in baseball. Like everyone loves Pablo Lopez.
Really?
What about Joey Votto?
Joey Votto's also up there.
Rhamondre or Addison, full PPR?
Yeah.
Addison.
I have Rhamondre higher, but Addison could have a huge week.
Dave, who's the worst player you're starting in a 12-team league this week?
I think I've got here. Let me see if I can. Well, hold on. Oh, in a 12-team league, so we can't count my 14-team monster leagues or my 22-team league. Did you know I'm in a 22-team league?
Yeah.
I'm starting Jalen Warren in one league where I'm just decimated at running back.
I would just like to read you my entire starting lineup.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Sam Howell worked out well.
Hey, nice.
Matt Breida, Damian Harris, Calvin Ridley, Curtis Samuel, Michael Wilson. We're not even at the flicks part yet, guys. George Kittle, Alan Lazard, and Rondale Moore.
Holy cow!
Why do you even have Rondale Moore on your roster?
It was a keeper league, and I came into the season with Joe Burrow, Saquon Barkley, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and DK Metcalf. It's just like the worst range of outcomes I've ever had for a team. It's unbelievable what's happened to this team.
That sounds like a good team.
Do you want to hear my lineup in my 22-team league?
Yeah, but
It might be better than that.
Or do you want it at 600 likes?
Okay. Yeah. Once we get to 600, you can stop hearing about our lineups. Hit that like button, everybody. I don't want to hear this. Go, Dave.
My team quarterback is the Chiefs. Breece Hall at running back, DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver, Kyle Pitts at tight end. My flexes are pretty good. Puka Nacua, Michael Wilson, and I started the Commanders defense. That did not work out so well on Thursday.
That's good for a 22-team league.
That's really good. And I've got some good players on the bench. I've got Kenneth Gainwell, Jalen Warren, Logan Thomas, who I should have started over Pitts. Jaleel McLaughlin's on my bench. Maybe I start him over Michael Wilson. Jackson Smith and Jigba.
All right, Dave, we're good.
Mitchell. We're good.
We're good.
All right.
We're good. Yeah, no one cares about our lineup. That is true, Michael. We're just pandering for likes right now. Make us stop.
What if you've got Travis Etienne in your lineup?
That'd be great.
I just saw that.
Was it a pass?
It was not.
No.
Son of a B. All right, well, I'll take it. Hurts, is that the most?
Oh, that's the league where I have Travis Etienne. I'm looking at the score now. Heath has DJ Moore.
All right.
Oh, oops.
All right, well, who's our tight end here in this group?
Jonnu.
I think it's probably Jonnu.
Don't say it like that. Put a happy voice on it, Chris.
I'm not going to. I'm not going to be happy. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'm going with Luke Musgrave.
Breida, Michael Wilson, or Rice Reynolds?
I will take Reynolds.
I would imagine Reynolds is my highest ranked here. Yeah.
Everybody crapping all over Travis Etienne. You love the role.
The Bills entered this game giving up 6 yards per carry to running backs.
He's been super involved in the passing game too.
Yeah.
He's having
5 targets, 4 catches today.
Start 2 half PPR. Dalvin Cook, McLaughlin, and Breida.
I'm sitting Cook.
Sit Cook, yeah.
Half the reason why you heard what you heard about Breece Hall is Dalvin Cook being so stinky.
Dave, I got to get your take on Aaron Jones. Do I play Tyler Boyd in the flex or just hope Jones plays? How concerned are you about Jones playing?
I'm moderately concerned. On one hand, we know that he was limited last week, but on the other hand, there are reports that say that he'll be fine. And there's a social video that the Packers had where they were catching players coming off of practice. Jones was in that video. I think if he plays, he's going to be good. You just have to be nervous about whether or not he does or how much he does. If you can make a move to have some sort of an emergency backup on your team, and it might come down to what's his name? Wilson is their third string running back in Green Bay. Like maybe you just carry him for a week. I think you do it. I think you try and hold out hope for Jones to play against the Raiders.
You agree with this?
Yeah, he hopefully the Ron was around when you were ranting about Trevor Lawrence.
I mean, do you still boost the low end on your mixer, or is that?
I don't have that option on this mixer, or I absolutely would. But 2-year-old, I would say more like a 4-year-old. Not quite 2. Okay, let's see. The cookie is the best part of the oatmeal. I don't know what that is. PPR need 3 out of
moon pie.
No, yeah, like little Debbie snack cake.
Yeah,
this guy's not trying to be gross. He's talking about a wholesome dessert.
PPR, I need 3 out of Cup, Nacua, Olave, Waddle, and Pittman. JR Lima.
Oh my goodness. Man.
Cup, Olave.
You need to make a trade.
Waddle. Yeah, he needs to make a trade. Cup, Olave, Waddle for me.
Waddle, Olave, and I have Puka 1 spot higher than Cup, but these guys are all top 11 wide receivers for me. Not
well. Then if that's the case, then why don't we sit Olave? Given what we heard before.
I think Derek Carr's doing better.
But I guess I was favoring something in warmups.
Yeah, I think he's. I don't know. The thing with warmups, I have no idea. That's a total wild card, and if you want to fade him because of that, that's fine. But I still think he's got just as much upside as anybody in this group.
I feel like Trevor Lawrence is playing well today, and no one's going to believe me when I say that. He's for Madison. Yeah, sorry.
Probably Madison.
Yeah.
Okay. Gus, we need 2 of these. Gus, Pickens, Rhamondre, and Breida.
Pickens and Rhamondre. Although I really worry Pittsburgh's offense could just be even more of a disaster than usual today.
Yep.
Schaefer, why don't we do another poll? How about let's see who people like. I know who they're going to like, but let's see what the margin is. Cup or Puka today? See how they're feeling about that.
We could find somebody better to rank Puka against than Cup.
Okay. Olave?
No, I think people would still say Olave. What
I
about
might-
Garrett Wilson?
Okay.
I'd take Puka easily over.
I mean, that is
Garrett
the layup Puka for me. Oh, how about this question? Puka or Garrett Wilson?
Wilson. Yeah, Puka easily for me.
I'll take Wilson.
Jaleel Dabbleduya, Josh Downs, or Robert Woods?
I would go with McLaughlin, although I kind of think Robert Woods is probably decent. Like if you in a need points situation.
Right. He will get you that great 8 points that you need. I think McLaughlin, the same thing that we said about Breida. Like, why start a guy with low upside? You might as well just roll with McLaughlin.
Okay. We've got, I agree. Dan doesn't stand a chance. Pool PPR, Henry or Pitts?
Henry.
I'll take Pitts.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Wait, Derrick Henry?
Christian Watson or Jordan Addison?
Watson.
Same.
Kyron or Breece Hall?
Kyron.
Hall or Kamara?
Kamara.
Alvin and PPR. Closer or non-PPR?
Mostert or Olave?
Olave.
I'm flexing Mostert. And all right, do I start Nico over Mostert or Olave?
No.
You could put Nico. Is it full PPR, half PPR? You don't have to do that.
I think, let's see. Well, let's check in on the likes. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Hope you're ready for better fantasy production than what we're getting in this London game. The Bills look like a team that traveled to London while their opponent stayed there for a week. Seems like a little bit unfair. Hopkins, Dell, Warren, who do you like in a standard scoring league?
Hopkins.
I'll take Hopkins as well.
All right. Help, best friend Dave.
Oh, yes. It's my best friend, J. Rob GC and Team Energy. That's what we call him at the library.
Saints or Chiefs defense today?
Saints. They're taking on the Patriots.
You want to give him a kicker?
It would be Moody.
You know, there have been a lot of instances over the last couple of seasons where we've collectively said it can't get worse. Baker Mayfield being DJ Moore's quarterback being the most prominent example. New England's offense this year. Pretty good example of when it can't be worse might be famous last words.
Yeah. Do you want to hear my stat on their offense?
Yes.
How many snaps inside the 5 have they run this year, Chris?
Ooh, I'm going to say like 2.
That's 1 too many. And yet the Steelers have run twice as many as the Patriots.
There you go.
But they've faced a pretty tough schedule, right?
Yeah, but you'd expect them to get near the goal line at some point.
Dallas,
more than one over 16 quarters.
Who they face? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, Dolphins are
right
the easiest matchup they've played so far.
Philadelphia, Miami, the Jets, the Cowboys, and then they get the Saints, and then Las Vegas.
Saints defense is pretty good though.
Yeah,
right. But Las Vegas next week, then Buffalo, then Miami again, then Washington.
It's
not too hard. Burrow or Wilson?
Russ.
I think I agree.
I can't believe we haven't gotten a single Daniel Jones question today.
Because no one's starting this candy ass.
Why? I wonder. I just why Hubbard or
QB 13 for me.
Get the what? Really?
Yeah,
I love it, Chris.
Let's get those single digit fantasy.
I don't know what you're thinking, but I love it.
I just nobody's got good matchups this week. Like all the guys I would normally be interested. Like Dak's got San Francisco. Brock Purdy's got Dallas. Jordan Love's got a good matchup. I don't trust Jordan Love. At least Daniel Jones will run. And I think the way Miami plays, the Giants are going to have the ball a lot. They might lose by 40, but I think they're going to have the ball a lot.
All right. Well, that was higher than I thought anybody would be. I hope you're right. I don't hope you're right about the lose by 40 thing. Addison, Judy, or Rashee Rice? Pick
They
two.
might only lose by 20.
I will pick Addison and Judy. Keep Rice on the bench.
Yes.
Breida or Josh Reynolds?
I'll take
And by the way,
Reynolds.
we keep crapping on Breida, but he has scored double-digit PPR points both weeks.
Yeah, but you know what the deal is with Reynolds and his number whenever he gets 6 targets or more. And this should be a game where he sees 6 targets or more.
Did I thought we answered this. I mean, I would have, obviously, because the hair, you're lying, but I appreciate it. Brees Hall or Raheem Mostert?
Mostert.
I'll take Brees.
Heath saw my hair this morning and he goes, "Did you get any sleep last night?" I definitely had some serious bedhead for the 8 a.m. show. Sell Calvin Ridley now or keep him? Let's check those stats. 6 for 90 on 7 targets.
Yeah, not bad. I don't think you're going to be able to get much for him. Even if he scores to wrap up this game for Jacksonville and give Trevor Lawrence some glorious late points. I don't think you'll get what you want for him. So let's hold.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that roughing the roughing the passer? I need 3 here. Ayuk, Nico, Puka, and Lamb. Ooh.
Man.
You're definitely starting Lamb and Ayuk.
I'm sitting Nico.
I'll
Me
sit
too.
Puka Nacua. And I'll start Goff over Stafford.
No,
I've got Stafford ranked higher. I will start Stafford over Goff.
Stafford's a top 12 QB for me this week.
Not Wilson, Dave?
14.
I thought Wilson was your highest. No? Dave Richard?
No.
Dave? Okay.
Nope.
Can I start Rice over Judy and Pickens?
You absolutely
can.
I just don't know if you should.
I wouldn't.
Well. Look who
What?
decided to score for the 4th week in a row.
Who scored? Latavius?
Yeah, I think I'm behind.
Oh, yeah, I'm way behind.
Oh, Gabe.
And I will not ruin it for you.
Gabe Davis scored. All right.
That's
I
funny.
told everyone to sit Gabe Davis. He's having a pretty big game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got 5 catches.
That's a big game. That's what, like
That's
6?
like a
That's
career
really
high
good for
catches.
him. What's his yards per catch? He's got
He's got to be up to like 7.
4 for 52. Oh no, it got
Oh,
nullified.
it got called back.
Oh, wow.
Fooled
funny.
you.
That's a big time fooled me.
I
Hey.
was going to say before Calvin Ridley started to get a little better that he was following the Gabe Davis script from last year where he's like the most controversial player in the preseason, huge first half of his first game, and then nothing after that. But he's put up a second good game.
All right, look at all these Bills fans celebrating, and now they see the flag, and they're so upset. Anyway, did you guys answer this question, or just want to talk about how handsome I am?
He loves you.
Hopkins and
Or she.
Madison.
They're both
Hopkins and
blessed.
Madison.
I agree with Chris.
Pitts or Ferguson?
Interesting
Ferguson.
spelling. I'll take Fergie Ferg.
Yeah, I have Ferguson ranked higher.
Does that mean that when he stinks, we can call him Boogerson?
Not sure I get it.
Okay.
Richardson or Goff?
Wait,
Yes.
what just happened? Am I like 2 plays behind, or did Gabe Davis just score a touchdown on a second straight play? What's happening here? I'm very confused. Yes.
Oh, and there's a flag.
This
Yeah,
was
but
defensive
this one's
pass
on
interference.
Jacksonville.
This one counts.
This one
Wow.
counts.
All right.
So for the 4th straight week,
there we go.
Gabe
Look,
Davis.
All he
Get
did
it
was got
done.
an extra 10 yards out of it.
Good for him. Let's see if that one's gonna stay. Oh, Jamie's here. Hey, Jamie.
Hey guys,
Who would you rather start this week, Puka Nacua or Garrett Wilson?
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, Dave, Chris,
That
you want
guy.
to vote? You want to vote here?
I have Puka ranked higher. I
Dave?
wonder, Jamie, is that how high do
I
you
would
have
take
Wilson ranked?
I suggested putting Wilson in the
Wilson's in the top 12 for me. I think I have
Okay.
10.
Okay, so the YouTubers disagree vehemently. 69% say Puka Nacua.
Nice.
So we will see what goes on there. Oh, Daniel Jones or Dak Prescott? Chris, you can say it. Go ahead.
I'm going Jones.
I'm going Dak.
I'll take Zach Wilson, CJ Stroud, Josh Dobbs, Brock
I would take
Purdy.
Stroud.
But in this case, you would take who?
If I had to take one of these clowns, it would be Dak.
Yeah, same.
All right. Dak the Clown. Let's see. Start 2, sit 1. Nico, Madison, Pickens. Who we starting here?
I will not Pickens, George.
Pickens.
I would go Nico.
All right,
We
wait.
get to start 2, sit
Who are
1.
we- who's
Oh, sitting.
sit Pickens?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We all got there.
Yeah, there we go. Reynolds or Chark? Reynolds.
Reynolds. Yeah.
Josh Reynolds, Josh Reynolds.
Oh, I want Jamie's opinion. Okay, Hayden.
Wow.
Okay, none of us
Okay,
matter.
what's wrong with that?
Jerry Jr.,
Means I
Christian
can
Watson.
take a break.
Jamie. See, Chris is so offended he left. He's back.
I would go with Christian Watson.
Okay. Flowers or Swift?
Swift.
But
Swift.
like Flowers.
James Conner or Devontae Adams?
What kind of flowers? I will start Devontae.
Adams.
Devontae.
So you guys are confident enough in Devontae's availability.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like he's going to play.
All right. Joe Burrow or Daniel Jones? I would honestly start Joe Burrow.
I'm starting Daniel Jones.
But would you drop Jalen Warren to do it?
Oh,
I would rather start Joe Burrow.
I guess if you have to make a change, then that's fine.
I
Okay.
have this gut feeling that Joe Burrow is going to play a lot better.
I know Jacob Gibbs likes him this week.
He likes him because the Cardinals' track record is not to
Mhm.
blitz much.
Right.
I think the Cardinals are going to try that, but I think he's going to be a little better than we've seen the past couple of weeks.
Would you like to know what Joe Burrow's passer rating on passes that are more than 15 yards down the field is?
It's probably like the thumbs down emoji. Like it's not even a number.
Not quite there.
Okay.
It is 2.3 points better than my passer rating.
Hey.
He
What's
is
your
2 for
passer
he is 2 for 22 with 2 interceptions on passes that travel 15 yards down the field.
That's dreadful.
Is that bad?
Puka or
It's
Pittman?
certainly not good. Puka.
Pittman.
Puka if non-PPR,
Wow,
Pittman otherwise.
Pittman. That's bold. Jamison Williams over Hunter Henry.
I'd go with Henry.
Henry.
Dude, a guy that might get you 8 PPR points or a guy that might get 2 targets but catch one for 40 yards and a touchdown. I'll take the upside with Jameson.
Okay, we've got. Let's see. We've got. Okay, I'm starting JT and Jameson. I'm sitting Pierce. I want an expert. Oh, okay, John. All right, Jamie, what do you think? Sitting Pierce for Taylor and Jameson Williams.
Azer clearly thought he was being complimented in this one, and that's why he read it.
No, all I saw was Jamie has the best hair. I was like, oh, this will be fun.
Jonathan Taylor, Pierce, Jameson is how I'd rank it. So if you could play Taylor and Pierce, I would do that.
I just ripped Jamie off in a trade earlier today, too.
You did?
Now, what do you guys think? Great trade. Oh, which side do you like better? Justin Jefferson and Alexander Madison, or Bijan Robinson and Jalen Waddle?
I
Keep
like the
going.
side you got, Bijan and Waddle.
I think so, but
It's fun. It was a fun trade.
yeah,
It's
it always sucks to give up the best player.
Yeah. Well, when
Right, but you're getting back 2 players, one of whom should be
They're both must-start guys, yeah.
just behind Jefferson as far as like where you'd redraft.
Let's see. Let's just play. Let's just lean into this theme. Jamie's opinion, please. Pick 2. Hopkins, Sutton, or Madison.
Great. I'm just
Hopkins and Sutton.
Finally, my boy Jamie is here. Mostert or Dell?
I would go with Mostert, but I like Dell.
Jamie, your rankings are great. Half PPR, pick 2. Bye, Chris. D-Hop, Dell, or Addison?
Hopkins and Dell, but I like Addison also.
Just Control F.
Control F, yeah.
The problem is half the time they misspell Jamie's name, so you wouldn't even get all of them.
Let's get everyone can give their opinion here. Flex spot, Addison, Dobbs, Laporta, Reynolds, or Gus.
Whew.
If it's
Laporta.
PPR, I'd go Dobbs. I'd go Dobbs either way.
I think full PPR, I would go Laporta. Anything else, I'd go Addison.
I said Laporta.
Look at this. Adam's opinion, please. No way. Everyone gets to give an opinion here. Half PPR, Dobbs, Gus, Reynolds, Madison. Pick one. Going Madison.
Dobbs.
Yeah, that would be my number 2.
I think I'm going Madison.
Oh,
I'll take
Ridley.
Dobbs. I'll take Dobbs. Yeah, that was a great
Ridley.
throw and catch.
122. See, I'm sorry. Trevor Lawrence is having a very good game. How many great throws has he made today?
He's played
he
much
didn't
better
fumble,
than his
he didn't.
fantasy production this season.
Yeah, I agree. I
And
agree.
much better than his fantasy production in this game.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Because
so
of the
frustrating.
fumbles.
Waller or Ferguson?
Waller.
I will also take Waller.
I'll go Waller.
Stroud or Purdy?
Stroud.
Stroud.
Sanders or Breida?
Sanders.
Sanders.
Reluctantly, Miles Sanders.
Let's choose 2. Whoa, sit 1 here. Who are you sitting? Ayuk, Waddle, or Swift?
Waddle.
Waddle.
Man.
Amazing, huh?
Yeah, it's a great team. Great options for Dylan.
Lamar or Richardson?
Lamar.
Yeah, starting Lamar.
This one's pretty funny. Adam, your opinion matters here. Haha, JK. FPPR, Christian Watson, Tank Dell, or Cortland Sutton?
I'll take that.
This is where I would start Watson. I think I have Watson higher.
Okay.
It's really close between Dell and Watson, but I think I have Watson ranked. Watson ranked higher.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Hayden. I appreciate that. You could have asked Dave though, too. Oh, did this really happen? Another one?
Yep.
Yes.
Let's
Well,
go.
that's fun.
Let's go. I hope I'm
Like a
forced
30-point game.
Did you put money on Jacksonville?
No, I have so much Travis Etienne. He's my guy.
Yeah.
He and Ken Walker and DeAndre Swift. They're my guys.
That's going to improve his rushing average today.
By the way, did you guys know this season, Etienne's not there yet, although if he gets another chance, he might. There have been the 7th most point PPR 45-point games already this season in NFL history.
Really?
Ooh.
There have been 5 games of at least 45 PPR points. There were only 3 last season.
That's interesting.
And all of them have come since week 3, I think.
Neat.
Yeah.
Let's pick 2 here. Michael Wilson, Mims, or Spears. That is actually a very cool stat.
I'll sit Spears.
Wilson and Mears. Wilson.
I would sit Mims.
Would you drop Michael Thomas, Michael Wilson, Dell, or London?
You have to
No.
drop one of these.
Oh, you have to drop one.
Yeah.
Wilson, yeah, for sure.
I might drop Thomas.
Stevenson or Addison, PPR.
Addison.
Addison.
Start Flowers, Thielen, or Myers.
Thielen.
What is your favorite Western movie?
Unforgiven.
Yeah, if that counts.
Right.
If
one
that
is it?
counts, it might be my favorite movie ever.
What, No Country for Old Men?
Yeah.
Oh,
Which is like weird to say favorite because it's a pretty bleak movie, but man.
Yeah,
It's easily Die Hard. Yippee-ki-yay.
Dave, what would you Unforgiven? I don't think I've ever seen that.
Okay.
Tombstone's very good. I saw that recently. Bye, Dave. Zach Moss, Samaje Perine, or Josh Reynolds?
Ooh.
Reynolds.
I don't know if I can read this. I don't think I can read it. It's funny though. Good job. Pick 2 here. Garrett Wilson, Nico Collins, or Tyler Lockett?
The first 2. Lockett's on a bye.
Yeah. That does. I love it when we get an easy one.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't paying attention there. Is Jahan Dotson droppable?
Yes.
What is this graphic I'm looking at? It said games we can't wait to watch, and one of them was Giants Dolphins. Are you kidding?
Yeah, we love to watch the Dolphins.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Deep shot. Oh, this is becoming, other than the quarterbacks, this is becoming a pretty good. Oh, but who the hell caught that? Someone useless? Oh,
Gabe Davis.
no, it wasn't. Was it Gabe Davis?
This one just on the sideline just now? Yeah, that was Gabe Davis.
Okay. He's not useless. He's got 100 yards. A big day for him.
Oh, let's see. Wait, hold on. All right, we had these are our props on HQ today. So far, Heath hit his, was over James Cook 18 or 19 and a half receiving yards. I had Davis over 38 and a half receiving yards. Dave lost this. Dave had Travis Etienne under 3.5 receptions.
By the way, the one I was talking about was the Deontay Hardy one. I just saw the Gabe Davis one.
Okay.
All right,
it's just riveting podcasting going on or streaming.
Terrible game for James Cook. Well, we should talk about that game a little bit, right? But Najee Harris or Jalen Warren?
I would go with Harris.
Jalen Warren outscored him in PPR every game this season. I don't see that happening. I don't see that stopping against Baltimore.
Really? Okay, I didn't realize that he had actually.
But
Harris
so
has run the ball.
It's Harris has a career high yards per carry and yards after contact, and he's having his worst fantasy season.
Harris, I believe, still leads the NFL in running back touches with more than 15 yards this season, which is just my absolute favorite. I think it's the funniest stat of the NFL season so far.
That's wild. But he's not capable of like the 50-yard run, you know? Cup and Puka or Debo?
Debo.
I would start both Rams guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to. I didn't see Cup. Cup and Debo. I don't want to start both Rams guys. I don't have
to. Did you see the Debo report from Ed Werder?
No.
I'll try to read it. Yes, he's playing, but Chris, ask a question if you wouldn't mind. You take over there. I'm just going to get the tweet from Werder.
Not 1,000 likes today. WTF? Exactly. Let's get to 1,000 likes, folks, and higher floor in half PPR. Tank Dell or Christian Watson?
Dell.
I think Dell has the higher floor. Yeah. Would you start? I think the ceiling's probably close, but I think Watson. I'm starting Watson. I'm higher on him, I think, than anyone else. Pacheco or Dell this week?
Pacheco.
Here's the tweet. I've been told that Deebo Samuel is improved, but still not 100% because of the knee injury. He will undoubtedly play. The question is, how much will he contribute? So I know it's vague, but I didn't love it on Deebo.
I feel better about him than I did last week. Because he actually did get a full practice in this week. So I think that's a good sign. But yeah, he's in the wide receiver 15 to 20 range for me this week.
Would you start Madison or Mostert?
Mostert.
Would you start Pittman, Puka, or Mostert? Half PPR.
Mostert.
I have Nakua ranked highest of this group.
Would you start Madison or Gus?
Madison.
Meatloaf. Breece Hall, Achane, Tony Pollard. My mom is actually here. She probably thinks I was calling her. That was a mistake on my part. Breece Hall, Achane, or Tony Pollard. We need two of them.
Sitting Breece Hall here.
I would sit Breece Hall.
Waller or Ferguson? We did that earlier. I'll do it again.
Still going Waller.
Okay, let's see. Pirine or Spears?
Pirine.
Or Smears?
Yeah, I guess Pirine's fine.
I was combining Mims and Mears.
It's okay. What do we got here? Let's get this one. Warren, London, Spears, or Javonte?
When do you have to make the decision? Those guys all play at 1:00, don't they?
Except for Javonte.
Yeah. I would say Warren.
Yeah, I think Warren.
Chris Towers, do you use beard oil?
Well, we had got a question that I was going to answer before you rudely took it away, asking for some beard tips. Yeah, I use beard oil. I got a whole thing. I got a whole process. It's like takes me like 45 minutes to do my beard.
What?
You have not like every day, but I got couple times a week.
Interesting. Okay.
Trying to keep it not itchy,
All right. I didn't know that beard oil was a thing. And like I said, what is beard oil? I mean, I think it's probably pretty self-explanatory. But Moss or Lazard, full PPR.
It's actually you just squeeze your beard. Whatever comes out. Moss.
Okay. Who should I sit? Bijan, Achane, or Taylor?
Oof.
Taylor.
I think you probably sit Taylor, yeah.
One day you'll take my question. Today is that day. brother. If I see your question, I will search for it. Okay. Oh, here, I got it. Hey, congratulations! Today's your day. Pick 2 of this group: Addison, Moss, Collins, Flowers.
Addison and Collins.
Yeah.
Addison and Collins and Flowers.
Why do you like Flowers so much today?
Because the Steelers secondary is absolutely atrocious, and I don't worry about Odell Beckham coming back. I think Flowers is going to have a big game today.
Okay. Dobbs or Laporta?
Laporta. No, I'm sorry, Dobbs.
What'd you say, Chris? You said Laporta?
Laporta, yeah.
Pick 1 in PPR. Mostert, Pacheco, Zay, Flowers.
Mostert.
In PPR, I would go with Flowers.
All right, we've got 6. Oh man, what a disappointing day of likes, right? What are we just
Come
not
on,
feeling
guys.
it out there? 668 likes. Not the best audience today. London definitely affected that. The longest game of all time. But we can still get to 1,000 likes. We can do that. Atwell or Boyd or Rice?
Boyd.
I think I'd go Rice here.
Wandale. Nope, I missed the Wandale one. All right, well, this one works too. Pick 1. Taylor, Olave, Aaron Jones, or Kyron. Wow, those are good options.
You have to sit the other 3?
Yeah.
I'm a little concerned about Derek Carr with Olave, or Olave with Derek Carr, excuse me. I'm concerned about Aaron Jones potentially not playing. So I would just play it safe and go Kyron.
Yeah, Kyron versus Olave is the toughest call, but I think I'd lean Kyron.
All right, I know we like Laporta, but we're starting Andrews.
Starting
over
Andrews, yeah. Make a
We're
trade.
waiting for a better host, Adam. Oh, is that to give likes?
That's rude.
Jeez, that is really rude. Ooh.
No need for it, frankly.
Hunter Henry or Schultz or Musgrave?
Henry.
Yeah.
Jamie just likes flowers and probably kittens and puppies too.
That's true.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
I'd rank them flowers last for sure.
Flowers last for sure, yeah.
I don't know. I think I'd rank them puppies, kittens, flowers.
Well, you're definitely that guy. And Chris, you're a dog guy.
I got
So-
both.
You got both.
But I like puppies.
Kittens are so much fun.
Are they?
I miss having a kitten. If it was up to me, we would absolutely have a third cat, and it would get our apartment's too small for that.
Oh yeah. Plus you got to set up the college funds and all that. It's a big decision having a third one. Garrett Wilson or Devontae Smith?
Skip over the Devontae.
Who'd you say, Jamie?
Devontae.
Okay. Rhamondre or Olave?
Still going Olave.
Olave, yeah. Rhamondre's not in a great spot.
This is something. Let's see. Wait. Hopkins or Dobbs, Jamie?
Dobbs.
Chris likes Hopkins. Russell Wilson or Josh Dobbs?
Ooh, I think I have them back to back. I have Wilson ranked one spot higher.
Can you quickly elaborate on choosing the questionable groin of Miles Sanders? Questionable groin. That's a bad nickname. Over the volume of Matt Breida.
So Breida's played like 70% of the snaps. He had 4 carries 2 weeks ago? Like Sanders had more carries than him last week. And I think last week he went limited, did not practice. This week he went limited, full practice. So I'm assuming Miles Sanders is healthier this week than he was a week ago. And the volume's been very good for Miles Sanders.
There's not a ton of room for Breida.
It's also just a terrible offensive line for the Giants right now.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Breida or McLaughlin?
I mean, that's such a tough call because if Jalil's the starter, he's much better than Breida. If he's the backup, he still might be better than Breida.
Yeah, that's we've gotten this one earlier, and I just went with McLaughlin just because I think the outcomes are probably similar, even if McLaughlin isn't the starter.
Yep.
Jonathan Taylor, Jamison Williams, or Jordan Addison? Pick one.
Addison.
I think I go Taylor over Addison, but it's close.
I know you like to play the non-football narratives or like non-on-the-field narratives. Do you think he just signed the contract extension, Jonathan Taylor, Jamie? Like, do you think they're getting him in the end zone today?
I'm sure they would love to get anybody in the end zone today, but it's a tough matchup. You got a guy that hasn't played since week 15 of last year, which includes limited OTAs if he did anything at all. I don't remember, but definitely nothing in training camp and no preseason action. What have we seen with Josh Jacobs? How long has it taken him to get going after the holdout that he had? So Zach Moss has played well. You've already heard pitch count. Tough matchup. I'm not trusting it.
Taylor has practiced 3 times in this offense, basically.
Chris looks like the type of guy who walks his cats.
We did get a leash, but neither of the cats was into it.
Okay. Full PPR, Wan'Dale Roberson or Gus Edwards or Beckham?
I would go Gus.
I'm sorry. I can't pay attention. Yeah, Gus is fine. Yeah.
All right. This will be a tough one for Jamie. Who you sitting, buddy?
I'm sitting Addison.
Wasn't tough at all.
No.
I'm sitting Dobbs there.
Mostert.
Dobbs has 25 targets the last 2 weeks. He's on fire.
Mostert or Stevenson?
Mostert.
Are we concerned about Olave enough to start Laporta or Jacoby over him?
No, I'd still probably start Olave.
I just got distracted by my friend posting this, and it made me laugh really, really hard.
What the hell?
He saw this was during the Pledge of Allegiance during today's game. They cut to these 2 people in the audience.
That is terrific.
Oh.
All right, rapid fire to end the show. That should get us some likes. Kyron or Nico?
Kyron.
Achan, Nico, Swift, Lamb, Puka. Jeez.
Man.
Only 2 of these guys.
Achan and Swift.
CD and Swift.
Ooh, Jaguars DST. Here we go. Get that ball. JT or Flowers?
I'd go Taylor.
I would go Flowers.
Stevenson or Warren?
Warren.
Ooh.
Stevenson.
Sutton or Laporta?
Laporta.
Aaron Jones or McLaughlin?
I think you just got to go with McLaughlin.
I'm going to go Jones.
I would go with McLaughlin if he starts. You'll know. So McLaughlin starts.
I would go McLaughlin if Javonte's out.
Yeah, same.
All right, one more question here. It's going to be a really, really good one. And it's going to be this one. Yes. High-end problems. First world problems. David Montgomery, Kamara, and Achan. Who are you sitting?
I'm sitting Achan, but I hate it.
Same.
Good show, guys. Especially Jamie, I would have to say, for the comments.
I did great. All right, I got to go. See you later.
All right, Jamie. Great seeing you. Chris, good show. Later. And Jamie's taking off the mic and everything. Thanks to Thomas Schaefer for producing, for Heath and Dave for popping on as well, for Frank for ditching us to be at a wedding in Poland. And the game is finally over. Finally, an unbelievably long game, but the Jaguars win at 25-20. And quite frankly, it was a pretty damn good fantasy day for everybody except Lawrence. It probably wasn't
James Cook.
Oh, James Cook. Oh, brutal day for James.
Yeah, very bad game.
Like, how did Josh Allen cobble together a massive game? He wasn't even playing well. But all right, good for him. That's what happens when you're Josh Allen. Have a great day, everybody. Good luck. We'll talk to you at 8 o'clock-ish for a recap of all the games. Try to be there about 7:50, maybe. We'll see you then.